Now, what kind of lawyers and law firms or institutions hire competition lawyers? So let's look at the law firms, okay? Tier 1 law firms, take a screenshot if you want. These are some of the names. They have well-established competition practices, big teams. They say, what is your experience in competition law? What can you do? Okay, now this is, for example, a notice, a post, okay, by a partner in JSA. Experience in competition litigation and merger control is a must for this profile. Now check this out. I don't see this with corporate posts with 1 to 4 years of post qualification experience. Okay, so a person's okay with 4 years, a person's okay with 1 year. In corporate, it's like 1 to 2, fresher is separate, 3 to 4 is separate, senior associate is separate. This is overlapping with all of them. I can bet that you can be a fresher with a very good insight and you can start with a 3 months unpaid situation and convert that into a job here if you go train. Okay. Now, tier 2 firms, 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 Legal, Indus Law, Pathak and Associates, sorry, Chandiok and Mahajan, Talwar Thakur and Associates, Economic Laws Practice. Okay, all of these, Gaggar and Partners, they have been establishing teams for the last 3 to 4 years. They've developed a good niche and name. One of the founding partners of 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 Legal, Abir Roy, teaches in the competition law course, certain section of the competition law course. He teaches with Shweta, and it's quite exciting. He teaches the enforcement side of it. Other M&A firms like DMD Advocates, Veritas Legal, Argus, Touchstone Partners, former Platinum Partners, they don't have specific teams on competition, but they want competition law experience in their regular transaction teams. Boutique technology firms. Now, Spice Route Legal, Ikigai Law, they were technology firms. They are starting to hire competition lawyers. Look here, 1 to 2 years PQ. Are you noticing? They want young competition lawyers. They don't want 10 years experience competition lawyers. In corporate, the requirements vary a lot, and a lot of them, the biggest gap in corporate is 4 years, 5 years, 3 years plus ka experience ka nahi milta. Here, the gap is 1 to 2 years experience is what people want because they're starting off their competition work. These are entry-level positions. Recruiters want you to have 1 to 4 years of experience to do the work. That's it. Why are they saying 1 year? Even 1 year wasn't necessary if they could trust, that you can do the work without handholding. That is what we want you to be able to do, that you should be able to do the work without handholding. This is actually a fresher level position provided you can do all the work. What if you could learn this in 6 months? What if you could learn this in college, get better internships, perform the work like an associate? Okay, you need to learn. So imagine this, okay, learn it in college, get the internships, perform the work like an associate in the internships, because you've got 3-4 internships. Spend 3 months in internship. Kya hoga fir? Recruiters will go out of the way to hire you, right? Do you know why? Because there's lack of skilled talent in the market. This category is way more, this is way better than somebody who's done 2 article publications and 1 moot and 1 elective. Right? This is not that, what I just shared with you. You're not reading CCI cases and reading Competition Act alone. You're doing the work also with the commission. Right? Now, our placement team, by the way, has got more jobs and internships available and less applicants. But the question for you, how many of you are interested in getting such opportunities? Like we've been sharing, you are exploring, abhi tak you hadn't decided. Okay, now how many of you are interested that, yes, I would like to explore an opportunity in competition law in such a place? Okay, now initially tier 1 firms started with a practice, competition boutique firms were there, then tier 2 firms came in, then IP firms started building up a competition practice because what? Competition and IP law have an interface. Yeah. Some of you may know there is something called standard essential patents, that is like at the mix of IP and competition law. Anand and Anand created a special purpose vehicle with Gaggar and partners to work on IP and competition law, and they gave it also, they called it Anand and Gaggar, right? Other IP law firms such as 𝗖 and Associates have in-house competition law practice. In the firm, they have a separate competition law practice because IP and competition are so closely related. Now technology law firms have begun to notice the interrelationship. Now they are also hiring. So what's happening? Every kind of law firm wants to have something in competition. Why? Because with the work that they were already doing, whether it was tech or IP or M&A, they have to look at competition. And they are realizing that. Okay, so what that theory was not my theory. I'm seeing that happen, and that's why I'm bringing it here. Competition law is important for lawyers in almost every area of law. So maybe your tech lawyer doesn't need to know competition law in the tech firm right now, but that tech firm is hiring a competition lawyer.
Yeah.
The IP law firm is hiring a competition lawyer because they can't do IP work blindsided and not knowing competition law. Then let's look at in-house counsels. Okay, in any of these companies, we explained the big companies or the smaller companies for the informant side work, the trainings, all of that, you're going to need in-house counsels. And in-house counsels get stuck at anywhere between 2 to 8 years level for two reasons. They don't have higher value skills. This is one of the ways to get those skills. Tech companies are creating special verticals. Now we were telling you, na, Facebook, there is a special vertical. Look, Facebook is building out its team of antitrust experts as one of its co-founders calls for it to be broken up. Okay, so now there is competition expertise there. Facebook, Amazon, Google hiring in-house antitrust counsel amid scrutiny. This is going to happen very soon. In India also they will start hiring, and Indian companies will start hiring in-house counsels with antitrust knowledge. Now what the big Indian
in Delhi, Facebook has a policy division where they've hired from a competition law firm.
Okay. Then look at this. Pallavi Shroff's move to Paytm board suggests huge CCI battle brewing versus WhatsApp. Okay, look at this. Payments firm appointed Pallavi Shroff as a board member. She's a managing partner at Shardul Amarchand Mangaldas. And why? Because competition law issues would become important at Paytm. Okay, this was in 2018. Policy positions. Think tanks like, sorry about the spelling mistake, Niti Aayog cuts Vidhi Center for Legal Policy and more are coming up with it. Look at this here. Cuts International ka job profile on LinkedIn. Senior Research Associate in Technology Policy, Privacy, Data Protection mein. If you see the job profile, okay. So this is the same job. We've scrolled below and it says postgraduate in economics or law, regulatory issues or competition law. Okay, is there.